Sweden. The first thing that caught my attention was the amount of snowfall. It was very heavy, which allowed for tall snowbanks, which gave the drivers more confidence. There was more room for error. You can have the car go wide and it would hit off a snowbank and bounce you back on track and keep you going. Compared to last year where it was very light, like you can still see the line starting to form in, and you can see where it goes from snow to, you know, the floor. A very interesting aspect of driving in the snow is the snow tire itself. They're just studded tires, and the concept of driving harder, which pushes the studs into the ice or the ground below it to provide more grip is really interesting to me. Interesting to see how the snow affects the ride, and what I mean by that is Sebastian Ogier was first because he leads the championship, so he went on first and cleared all the snow. Basically just was a huge snow plow, while he suffered with that the whole rally. And to me, I don't know if it was the rally itself or maybe deep snow is a weakness of the M Sport Ford Fiesta. Tanek went on second, and he actually ended up going faster than a few guys that went on after him, which other than that, everything kind of just went to normal. We can jump to stage 4 and Mikkelsen takes a win, and Nueville is ahead and just kind of eking out 2 seconds here, 5 seconds here, 9 seconds there, and just building a continuous gap. Nueville leads Mikkelsen by 3.7 with Lappi in close pursuit. By stage 5, Lappi and Mikkelsen, they swap positions. At this time, I was surprised to see jari-Matti struggling in 8th place and battling Evans on a course that he won the previous year. By stage 6, Breen goes on to win that stage and the following stage, which by the end of stage 7 puts him into 3rd place. By the end of stage 7, Esa-Pekka Lappi runs wide and hits a snowbank, which drops him quickly from 2nd to 7th. There's a close pack here. Everybody's running really tight, and one mistake is worth 5 positions. By the end of stage 7, we have Nueville, Mikkelsen, and Craig Breen rounding up the top 3. And also I'm noticing Ogier is down in 10th place. By stage 9, Nueville still holds a steady lead, but now he's coming up with problems with the paddle shift, and he has to start shifting by hand. He still ended up leading that stage, and they got it fixed by the next stage. Stage 10, there's a snowbank that catches a few guys. Elvin Evans, Teemu Sunonen, Nueville, Mikkelsen. Nueville got it the best because it gave him a full 360, which allowed him to keep the momentum going. By the end of stage 10, jari-Matti is still in a battle with Teemu Sunonen. I find it surprising because he won the last rally here, and you would think that he would have a dominant advantage over it. Now stage 13, Teemu Sunonen is closing in on Jari. He's 15 seconds off, but the most interesting thing that happened was Chris Meek had an accident or went into a snowbank earlier, and he had to take the time to get the snow out of the inlets. That cost him a lot of time, and he was still having engine problems, which gave Tanek an opportunity to make that time up, but he made up so much time that he ended up catching him on the track, and there wasn't much room to pass on a very narrow pass road. Chris Meek pulls off to the side as much as he can, and unfortunately Tanek, they bump, and Tanek goes off into the snowbank, and he was there for about 2 minutes trying to dig himself out with the help of the fans, but this time lost, he's not going to get that back. And after that stage, Meek retires. Wrapping up the top 3 is Nueville, Breen, and Mikkelsen. It's around lunchtime, and they start doing the interviews and talk to Nueville. And last year, Nueville, he kind of lost from the beginning, had a crash on a special stage on the first day. They asked him if he would play it safe the remainder of the rally, and he said, well, you know, we tried to play it safe last year and lost, so we're just going to go for the win and play it by ear. I like that attitude. You can never play it safe in any type of sport, period. Racing, or especially in rally where a loss or a victory is one turn or crash away. I was noticing at this time that the Fords and Toyotas are really struggling. They hold down the spots from 6th to 11. By the end of stage 13, the top 5 are Nueville, Breen, Mikkelsen, Hayden Paddon, Osberg. It stays this order all the way to stage 17. Here's where something happens that I've never heard of or thought could even happen. Sebastian Ogier is doing so bad in the back. M-Sport decided to come up with the strategy of running late intentionally, both Ogier and Evan. The concept is that by running late, you'll allow all the other cars to go ahead, and he'll be able to make up the time on the power stage and get the full power stage points, limit the points deficit. It worked. It got Seb 4 extra points. Lappi won the power stage, and Ogier did get second. The rally ended with Nueville having a commanding lead over Craig Breen, who gets his second place, his first ever in a world rally. Mikkelsen and Lappi, then Hayden. Hayden had a small hiccup in the power stage, which caused Lappi to come by and take the 4th place position from him. Going into Mexico, Nueville leads by 10 points over Sebastian Ogier, which puts the pressure on both drivers. Nueville to stay cool and collective and managing this gap, and also the pressures on Seb now to close this gap in. So it's going to be interesting to see how both of them do with this pressure, even though it's only the second race of the season. Jari-Matti and Lappi and Esa-Pekka Lappi are tied with 23 points each. I'm interested to see how Jari plans to separate himself from his teammates, being that he is probably the veteran of that team. And Oitanek and Mikkelsen are tied with 21 points each. With these two guys, young, talented drivers, tied, it's interesting to see if their battles will push them to move together further up the standings. So they want to battle each other. It's interesting to see at what point they'll pass Jari, or if Jari, there's so many different little battles. It's interesting to see how the winners or how the pressure of these battles can push or fall down the leaderboards. Toyota and Hyundai are just 1 point separated. And it's going to be an exciting rally in Mexico, and it should create some separation, a little or a lot, but some separation nonetheless. If I can remember properly, that rally had some punctures. Chris Meek did go off track into a parking lot and somehow still win. I'm definitely interested to see how that's going to go and what everybody else has planned to improve on last year's rally. Well, I'll see you guys after Rally Mexico. Hope we have a good time watching it. I hope it's an interesting rally. Take care. Until next time, eat, breathe, race.